Well, the brand new expansion Catalyst was just announced literally yesterday, and we're going to cover it and how you can make ISK. Yes, it's not just about what is in the expansion, but these videos on the Loru Gaming channel will help you to prep for the new expansion and make some dank ISK. If you want the best EVE guides, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and EVE enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now, and I'm a little bit sick today thanks for using my code, a little bit under the weather. I got a bit of a cough. Totality Day took it out of me. So if I randomly mute, the editor's gonna cut it up, make sure that he doesn't, include the coughing, and we'll continue forward. I'm a little bit slow in the brain, so make sure that you are patient with your favorite large-nosed creator. Okay, so thank you. Catalyst expansion. Can we just start off by saying that this is an expansion called Catalyst, and one of the things that is a part of this expansion is a mining upgrade. So the EVE devs are memeing us from with dog whistles of high sec mining gankers. Already hilarious stuff. So illustrious, I read it like this.
Illustrious Capsuleers. Mining is the foundation of all activities in EVE Online.
This expansion, by the way, is the culmination of CCP Okami and the team really fulfilling their promises to the EVE community. So let's just start off with putting some W's in chat for the CCP devs. Let's get some W's in there because they have been on the ball with their posts. They did what they said they were going to do. CCP Okami himself said that they were going to do these things, and W's for the devs. This is devs, see this? Thank you for your hard work. There's thousands of people behind the scenes are making this happen for our enjoyment. Thank you, devs, from the Loru Gaming, the Loru boy community. Let's see about it. Okay. November 18th, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm recording this, what is today, on the 22nd of October. So a little bit less than a month. Frontline of Power, a highly valuable ore, brand new ores in EVE Online, a new resource rush. This is not a joke. Whenever there's a new ore in EVE, there is going to be a new resource rush. We're going to talk about what you can do in the meantime to prep for this and get ready. Okay, so TLDR. Catalyst expansion launches the 18th. Great. New unpredictable ores ignite galaxy-wide rush. So unpredictable is really the key here. I read this before, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see what this does to the meta. Hyperspace fractures reveal volatile asteroid fields in Prismaticite. Prismaticite is the new ore in EVE Online. This is going to be something that has never been in the game before and will unlock new ships and new things. Don't think this is the end of Prismaticite. There's going to be new resources coming out, new ships coming out of this. We're going to talk about it. Command new ships. The Pioneer is the brand new mining ship. Yes, for alphas, Venture pilots rejoice. You can use something that is not just a Venture. If you're an alpha, there's also Tech 2 variants. We're going to talk about that. The Odysseus, that's going to be this right here. The Odysseus is going to be a major portion of our talk. I need that ship. We're going to talk about it in just a sec. If you haven't seen it, the Odysseus is actually going to change the game. People have said it is a good ship. I think they're underestimating what the Odysseus is going to do to the game. We're going to talk about it. Mining refined, faster crystals, critical hits, improved UI. Mining has been improved. Okay. EVE mining will be more active. Pretty sick. We're going to talk about what that means. Just let us cook. 2D map is launching already. That could be its own X-Pack in EVE, honestly. Start your journey with new Epic Arcs. This is cool. It's another quest. Another Epic Arcs or something in EVE that if you are in the Agency tab, Epic Arcs are, think of them as a longer arching quests. I'm inside of a wormhole chat, so you're not going to see stuff. We go to Agents and Missions and Epic... Oh, I can't see them because I'm in a wormhole. It's crazy. We're going to be doing wormhole content with certain ships, so make sure you check that out. But this is where it is. If you're in a wormhole, you can't see it. Excuse me, chat. Make sure that, please, thank you for your patience. I have a cough today. So this is where it is. New Epic Arc is not nothing because those are very, very big. Those are big things coming in, so we're going to have a good time with that. Carriers updated. Plex logs. Oh, chat, I want a Plex log so much. A lot of quality of life stuff. Carriers being updated is that a lot of these points could have been their own patch, but instead they're putting them out together. Going to be really sick. So let's start from the top. Mining is about to become dynamic, less passive. You've heard me say, chat, that what I would do is I would have 4 accounts going, and I would get in a retriever, and I would go to high sec, and I would go to the dense Veldspar, and I would set my retriever up and I would set an 8-minute timer and I would alt tab and I would do something else because it was just, that's mining. Like, why would I be sitting there staring at it going? Because it's been slow. If for all of EVE's life, mining has been this slow thing. It has honestly been a turnoff for a lot of people with newer players to this. So we have a new ore Prismaticite. I haven't seen this. Is this what it looks like? What is this? This looks like some kind of wormhole almost. Is this like a planet? And this is the ore that's right there. This looks pretty sick. Hyperspace Fracture is what this is entitled. So it looks like this is a way to go get those things. I don't know. We're going to have to see what that means. Discover phased fields. Bring your fleet to harvest great riches, but at great peril. So already you're seeing the new ore is not going to be something that you can just go get, right? You have to have a fleet and defend your stuff. Indeed, here is a Rorqual doing, I don't know what this mining laser is. This looks new and interesting. This is a lot of new, this is a Rorqual, chat. A lot of new stuff about to happen. This looks like a daggum Kamehameha coming in. Dispatch new phase anchor deployables to be able to mine the mysterious asteroids Prismaticite they contain, but act fast before the fracture closes. So I assume this bubbly thing above, right by here, the Rorqual, enhance, literally going to enhance. This is that new deployable that then mines the fracture, which gets you the Prismaticite. So it's not just a new mining laser. It's straight up a new, like, deployable in space. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And the ore itself is erratic and extremely valuable. Refines into different minerals at random. What? What the heck, chat? Gotta tell you. That is some absolute bananas, and I literally don't even know how to quantify that. That different minerals at random, I actually don't know what that means. We're going to have to see what the rates are, how that goes, so we'll have to see about it. More training to do is right, although using reactions to reprocess or you control the outcome. So my first note to you is reactions are about to get real popular, okay? Reactions are something that is something we haven't covered on the channel, so I'm literally going to add this to my list to go make a reactions guide, because reactions are about to be a very, very large and done thing, okay? So reactions are a specific type of science or specific type of industry in EVE Online, and since you can use reactions to control the outcome of Prismaticite, this is going to be a big deal. This feels like back in the day when I was playing classic WoW, you would pay a enchanter or a tailor, I forget which one, to like, hey, I'll pay you money to use your moon cloth cooldown. I have the base cloth, and I'm gonna pay you to go to a moon well to go make it into moon cloth. This was like a 3-day cooldown, and you could control the outcome of that. And this kind of feels like that, where I think if you're an indie person and you don't have reactions trained up, I would get these trained up ASAP. You have a month, because I have a feeling that that's going to be how this works. Literally space alchemy, actually, where like, hey,
and looking for reactions expert. I have Prismaticite, will pay.
I think this is going to happen. This is how this reads. So pretty cool. Never been in EVE. We'll do a full guide on how this stuff works when it comes out. Pretty cool. A new set of skills, exactly. New industrial and exploration ships expand strategic options, but danger lurks at every junction. The fight for resource fuels creation, destruction, connection, and blah, blah, blah. Whether you rise to build or strike to destroy, every story begins with ore, truly. So the thing you got to hear with the new ore is that it sounds like these sites are going to be guarded by very dangerous mobs. There's a reason why there's a Rorqual in this picture. Okay, so what I would understand is that this ore is not going to be, I think, for the everyman. I think this is going to be for bigger corps, and you are going to see literally massive gangs, null blobs showing up. Where this ore spawns is really going to determine how big of a race this is. It's clearly going to spawn in nullsec. That's why Rorqual's here. Lowsec, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see about that. Wormhole space, if it spawns in nullsec, I can almost guarantee you it spawns in wormhole space, but we'll see. Will it spawn in Pochfin? That's a big question for me, because Pochfin is more smaller gang. And deployable structures is something that is not exactly pro Pochvin. So, and this is not like a station. The thing that is going to be able to deploy to mine the Prismaticite, not a station. So it's like an MTU, but for ore. We'll see. We'll see. So don't forget the wormhole stage for Reaction Lab. Not a joke, Fenwar. Not a joke. Okay, so this has a lot of exciting stuff. What you can do for now, welcome in, Drunken. You can see this. What you can do for now is I would train up reactions. If you're even indie inclined, even a little bit, I would train up reactions if you haven't already, because it's going to be able to use those for the new ore Prismaticite coming in. So you cannot bring a roar call to Pochvin. No, no, no. So, well, you can't bring one to Pochvin, but don't let that tell you that there aren't roar call. The point is, chat, is that maybe stay tuned for some bigger guys we've got coming in. Now, let's get to some real meat of this patch. The Pioneer, a brand new destroyer mining ship. Indeed, mining destroyer. It is going to be alpha flyable, a middle ground between mining frigates and mining barges. Ladies and gentlemen, how often did we say that we needed on stream an ore mining frigate right in between the barges and the expedition frigates right here? This is a massive W for the game. No longer can alphas just fly the Venture. For mining, you're also going to be able to fly the Pioneer, which is going to be a destroyer tier ship. Very, very cool. Let's come back to my thing right here. So brand new Capsuleers can obtain this new mining destroyer after only a few hours in New Eden and fly it as alphas. This is a big W. Okay, big W. Alphas can fly the Pioneer. We can't really see what it looks like. It looks kind of like it's got the Venture kind of claw thing, but it's a little bit bigger. Let me tell you what you need to do right now. Where are all of the, where, can my alt tab work, please? I want my alt tab to work. This, and then Eve, this one. Okay. Where are all of these BPCs located right now? Where are the ore BPCs located? They're in nullsec, in a very dangerous area of space. The only place to get the blueprints for these is in nullsec and is buyable with ore LP. You can do two things. You can grind ore LP. You can also go buy the blueprints in those areas of space. Here's where you can buy the Retriever and yes, all of the ore ship blueprints. I'm using Fuzzworks. Sorry, I'm EVE Tycoon, excuse me. I'm using EVE Tycoon to find this. You can see the Retriever blueprint is buyable. Everything that is over a year is an NPC blueprint. These are seeded in the market. And I don't know if you knew this, chat. Type 1 if you did not know this. If you see the expires in is about a year, that's an NPC. Everything else are players. All of these are player blueprints. Type 1 if you did not know this. Okay, so there we got some people that did, and that's totally fine. So in the outer ring at these stations, you can buy or ship blueprints. Now, chat, these are expensive. These are 1.7 billion-esque, okay, to get a Retriever blueprint. I believe you'll be able to get this ship there as well. So what you can do now is you can send an alt to these stations. Now, this is dangerous. Have no clone. Get in a shuttle. Have it be cheap because there are smart bombers all over nullsec. These are heavily camped, and you best believe ever since the announcement, there's going to be more camps around these stations. But if you are lucky enough to get docked up, you will be in one of these stations, okay, in these system, and only these 4, okay? You can do this now. Send an alt there to be ready to buy the Pioneer blueprint, the Pioneer BPC. It's going to be a bit expensive, I think. If the barges are 1.7 billion, and let's look up how much a Venture blueprint is. A Venture blueprint in the same place is 3 million. I expect the Pioneer to, let's call it a couple 100 million-esque, and it might be cheaper. Smart bombers are definitely there right now, not a joke. I'm telling you without going there. They saw this and went,
delicious. Summon the smart bomby boys.
They just started doing this. So the Pioneer, that's something you can do now. We'd like to have these guides not just be what are the new ships, but what can you do now to try to get some ISK? The Pioneer BPCs will go for way higher in Jeddah for the first week that they are active. Look at the Retriever blueprints. Even to this day, 1.7 billion ISK. They are being sold in the various market hubs for 2.3 billion. You're talking about a net of 500 million ISK. We've done this run ourselves during Operation BPO. You will remember one of our most popular YouTube videos. We bought Retriever Coveter Rorqual BPCs. I ended up selling those for about 50% more. This is not counting if you research the blueprints. What I'm trying to tell you is get an alt and take it to these stations. It's called seeding. Seed an alt in that area so you can log in and buy the blueprints and then get ready to try to extract. And, you know, chat, please, if you do this, have an escape plan, okay? Because, you know, you don't want to buy the blueprint and then die. So what I'm trying to tell you is that's what you can do to get the Pioneer blueprint. We'll see about it. Philip need it for sure, 1,000%. And unironically, go watch our Operation BPO video. You can just type that in, Operation BPO Loru Gaming, and it'll pop up for you. So, all right, that's how to get the Pioneer. Middle ground between mining barges and frigates. Alphas can obtain. And there's even more to unlock for Omegas. There's also a Tech 2 variant. There's a Tech 2 version and consortium issue. I don't know what this means. Does this mean there's going to be a faction version of this ship? A Tech 2 version of this ship. Let's break this down, y'all. Okay. A Navy version is pretty sick. That's pretty awesome. So a Tech 2 version, what I expect that means is that you're going to have a Alpha Pioneer is going to be here. Then you're going to have a Tech 2 Pioneer is going to be Omega locked. I think it's going to be Omega locked. The Navy version, I don't think is going to be Omega locked. I think that's going to be for alphas as well. It's going to be more expensive, and it might drop in events like the Consortium Tractor. Really good point, Ice Lord. That might be a drop, not something you can craft. At the very least, the Pioneer Consortium version might also be something you get from loyalty points, not just a drop. So this is a question mark. We'll have to see. The Tech 2 version, chat, this is a destroyer. This could be a command destroyer. What can command destroyers do? Command destroyers can boosh things. The Tech 2 Pioneer might be a booshy mining ship. Okay, dude, did y'all just get all the mining bros just went,
tell me more.
Yeah, that is a big deal. You know, chat, that we use a Magus as a command destroyer to help. Let me show you, okay? We've featured this before. This is a command destroyer, a Magus. We use this because it can do bushies and is a lightweight, small ship, command burst ship. This is the Magus I use in Pochfin, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of ways to slice this pie. You can see that we turn the cloak off because otherwise the CPU is too high. This will help us have better mining fields and better agility to align out with a afterburner on. I am sub 4 with this Magus. We've featured this before. This Magus is not for mining. This Magus is armored and skirmish. This is a combat ship that I've like retrofitted to be able to use command burst. You're going to see a lot of people do this, especially in wormholes, because you can fit smaller ships into those Wolf Riot systems where porpoises can't necessarily fit. I think the porpoise can still fit, but you understand what I'm saying. The Tech 2 Pioneer will probably be a bushy, mining-focused command destroyer, a first for EVE Online. Very big deal. You're going to see the Pioneer is going to go for a lot. The Tech 2 variant is going to go for
a lot.
This is a large deal that a lot of people are talking about how the Pioneer is going to be alpha focused and how good that is. I'm not seeing a lot of chatter about how a command destroyer mining ship will actually change how EVE Online is played in every area of space. This is a massive change. Massive. Big deal. Well done, devs. Well done. And I can't really see how the Pioneer looks, but it looks like it's got a Venture, but it's bigger, like it's a destroyer. Now, also, 07 to see huge stuff. So, right. I don't think it'll have compression. This is a really good point from Mephisto. The Tech 2 version, will it have compression? If it does, it will become the single best mining ship in the game. Because you can fit it into small wormholes. And if it's cheaper than the Porpoise and can compress stuff, it'll become one of the best mining, fleet mining ships in the game. I don't think it'll have compression. The Pioneer it has gas cloud stuff. Y'all, I'm in a wormhole right now. By the way, if you want that Magus fit, it'll be in the description for you. Okay, so easy peasy. I use it for Potfin. You can retrofit it into other areas. By sheer happenstance, I have been working with a very well-known C5 wormhole corp. You're going to see it very, very soon. This is going to have a lot of wormhole-focused content for y'all soon. These ships are perfect for wormholes. This is a destroyer that can do gas cloud stuff. So literally prospect boosting fleet with the Tech 2 Pioneer. You have your Tech 2 Pioneer and you have your prospect fleets times as many as you want to do, end to the one, whatever. So this is a big deal. Tech 2 Pioneers plus your prospect fleet. This is perfect. We're going to get to it. Wormhole ships. The literal possibilities are endless, chat. You're going to have a lot of wormhole content coming out on the channel, not just because of the expansion, but because that was what we were going to do anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Odysseus, a Sisters of Eve Battlecruiser, Astero, Stratios, Odysseus, then the Nestor. Is this not one of the best looking ships in the game? Oh my goodness, dude. It's so good looking. It looks like the jellyfish from Star Trek. That was the first thing I thought of with the new Star Trek with the young Spock and the young Kirk, I love it. It looks really great. And this ship, y'all, actually changes. It looks like a Nautilus. See, right, like it's a thing. And my one request, CCP Games devs, this can help with gas. We're going to talk about the gas huffing. I demand, CCP Games devs, that this bubble fill up with gas as you gas mine. I demand it. Okay, this is a Sisters of Eve ship. You see it right there. Let's stop before we do anything else. Sisters of Eve ship. Go get Sisters of Eve loyalty points. We don't know how this is going to be made, but we do know that it's probably going to be made with Sisters of Eve loyalty points. Ladies and gentlemen, just like when the Barbaroga was announced, Triglavian salvage went to 0 in Jeddah. You can look to see how the other Sisters of Eve ships are made and try to go get those pieces, okay? So this one just has, let me find this. I'm in a wormhole, so I can't actually see what's up. So yeah, this is what I wanted. So you can see, and I can already tell you, the indie bros in my corp, in my Apotrophin Alliance, they've already told me, the Sisters of Eve net resonators, they're gone in Jeddah. They're gone. They're going for like triple the price that they used to be going for. Save these, chat. Go get these. Save these. Because they're going to be even more expensive on X-Pack drop. This is one of those things you can wait. They're literally, this is how you can do this. When they announce a new ship, you can look to see what items make the current ships and then go, how do you get these? They're from loyalty point stores and other means. Go Google Sisters of Eve net resonator. You can find it. I don't want to sound so crass, but really that's just how it is. You can also look at these other things every time there's new ships. These go up in price. The life support backups, core temperature regulators go up in price every time there's a new ship. Auto integrity seals. These 3 items, I recommend every single person that even has a hand in indie is doing these. I make these myself. I make all 3 of these. And I'm stockpiling these, getting ready for the new X-Pack so I can drop them and have a great time with them. By the way, life support backup units take PI to make. Y'all, can I tell you that if you do PI and you save test cultures and viral agents, if you save what else is used, auto integrity seals, if you save super tensiles and nanites and reactions, all of these are going to go up in price if they haven't already, and they have. Okay, so if you do PI, you'll be able to make some money. So how you can check to see what items are a part of the new Sisters of Eve ship, the Odysseus, is you can extrapolate that it's going to be some of what the Nestor is made up of, some of what the Stratios is made up of, etc. Because it is a Sisters of Eve ship that is confirmed. Okay, so definitely enjoy that and check that out. All right, so people don't do PI, SMH, literally correct. So that's how to get that stuff. Are you ready? Are you ready, chat? This is what the Odysseus does. Now, because it's a Sisters of Eve ship, it gets bonuses from Amar Battlecruiser and Galente Battlecruiser. So already it's a very tanky ship, armor resistance. And you get 50% bonus to heavy, medium, and light drone hit points and damage. This ship can punch. This is not like a weak. You see one of these and it's not like it's a porpoise. It only does 100 DPS. No, I mean, my porpoise does 300 because I make sure to have it be ready to go. This is a Tech 2 command ship. Expedition command ship bonuses. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a command ship with a brand new skill to train. Expedition command ships is not in the game right now. This is brand new. Comes with a brand new command burst. Expedition command burst. Let's talk about these before we go any further because there's so much down here. First of all, this is a brand new skill. So have some money ready to go to train some more expedition stuff. It gets a bonus to relic and data analyzer range. This is weak. Okay, this is weak in my opinion because this means at rank 5 or 4, let's call it 4, you get 200% bonus. That means you're going to be able to hack stuff at like 8k away instead of 6k away. Oh well, you know that, who cares, right? That doesn't matter to me. You can be a little bit off the node, but who cares? Because that actually doesn't matter. You know, who cares if you can hack far away? I'm still gonna have Lokis slow boating to me to take me out. This doesn't matter. Thank you very much. Gas cloud scoop duration. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Battlecruiser that is going to be able to do gas stuff. Many of you don't understand how big of a deal this is. Right now, so I'm going to be putting out a ton of wormhole content in the coming weeks because of this. We linked up with a C5 wormhole corp, and they unironically do boosting with a Gnosis. This link will be in the description for you. Okay, this one will be in the description for you. Right now, many wormhole corps, wormhole enjoyers see this and go, yeah. Everybody that does huffing does it with a Gnosis that also huffs. Not a lot of people do the porpoise that you can, but not a lot of people do the porpoise on grid. They have a warpable porpoise that then they, compress the gas, but a lot of people have a Gnosis that also huffs. Okay. What is crazy about the Odysseus is that it also huffs. This is crazy. This is a big deal. Okay. And you get more out of it the higher your expedition command ship is. At rank 5, your gas cloud scoops go 25% faster. This just replaced all of the Gnosis huff people. Okay, this just replaced it. Very, very sick. Very, very sick. So this is meh. This is a big W. Let's make this like a check. Expedition command burst, effect strength, and armor command burst. So armor command burst is cool. Expedition command burst is something brand new to the game. We don't know what it does. We have no idea. Can I tell you what I think it does that is not confirmed by anybody? I have no... CCB Games don't tell me nothing, chat. Here's what I think Expedition Command Burst does. I think the Expedition Command Burst is going to help you to hack better and is going to help you to scan better. This is an exploration-focused ship. And I think that this makes you scan down faster and makes your hacking more effective. Yes, a fleet hacking. So I don't want to talk about hobo leaks or other leaks. I don't look at them because I don't count anything until it's on the live version. Okay, I haven't looked at them and I don't look at them. This is the first ever fleet hacking exploration ship. I'm not done. Let's talk about this. You'd think that would already be a disgustingly powerful ship. We're not done. This is cool, gives more expedition command burst effect duration. Because why does this matter? This matters because other ships can fly the expedition command burst. You can use expedition command burst on a Brutix or on a Porpoise, but this ship gives double duration, okay? Who hacks in groups? There hasn't been a reason to. Maybe until today. You'll see. Okay, so this is a big deal, double the duration. So if the expedition command burst is better hacking, it's better if you're exploring to fly the Odysseus. Gas cloud scoop CPUs, again, so you can do a bunch of huffing and you don't have to use the Gnosis like it is here, right? So you can fly and fit a bunch of gas cloud scoops. Very, can you do what I tell you? This one to this one. Thank you. Very good. It does maintain the medium energy turrets range that the Stratios has. This is not nothing. That's not nothing. You could fit this to be a DPS ship with drones doing a crap ton of damage and medium energy turrets punching you in the mouth. This is a not small thing. People are just glossing over the fact that the Odysseus could be a DPS machine. Because it's a battlecruiser, this could push 500, 600 DPS. We'll see. This could be the backbone of your exploration fleet that also can do combat sites. Guys, this can do it all. Ship is going to be sick. We're going to have to see what it does. More command burst air effect range, fine. Typical battlecruiser stuff. And then this ship gets the Sisters of Eve Covert Ops special. It can scan better. It can hack better. It can fit 2 command burst modules. It is a covert ops battlecruiser, the second of its kind. The Cenotaph and the Odysseus. This is huge. Its cloak can be activated faster. It can fit a 0-point mass entangler. This means you can also use it to roll wormholes better, and it can fit into small wormholes that most battlecruisers can't go into. It makes itself smaller so that it can go into those little wormholes. Thank you, chat. This ship is a unironic wormhole demigod. This ship will be a staple in all wormholing. I've never heard of the 0 per module. There are a few who have. Okay. This ship is not done. What the heck is this sentence at the end? This ship can receive bonus effects depending on the environment. What I think this means is that the various weathers in the wormholes, the Wolf Riot, the black holes, that it gets better stats depending on those things. That's what I think it means. I don't know, because I don't think this is null affected, because it is a wormhole ship, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was also affected by null stuff. Is this affected by Pochfin weather? I don't know. I know that this is wormhole affected. I know that because it's a wormhole ship. I have not had that confirmed. I just know that because of how the ship's flavor is. Wormhole space is about to get a massive upgrade with the Odysseus, ladies and gentlemen. This ship is going to be a staple for single boxers in wormholes and a must-have
mandatory
ship for multi-boxers and wormhole corps. That's the Odysseus. This is going to be a mandatory upgrade ship for many reasons in wormhole space. This ship is going to have extensive testing done on this channel. So make sure that you follow the stream and make sure that you sub to us, because we're going to absolutely try to break this ship. I expect that this ship is going to absolutely make nomading a, let's call it, extremely effective type of play. Let's keep talking. My God, the Odysseus is going to have its own videos, let me tell you. Let's talk about mining. Mining is being refined, changed, updated. What I'll tell you is I don't know if this means mining is going to be improved. Okay. Let me talk about why. Resource harvesting is getting more responsive, immersive, tactical, rewarding than ever before. They're making mining not so fire and forget and come back in 10 minutes. Okay. Faster mining cycles. Total yield remains the same. Faster mining cycles makes the process more responsive and dynamic. Feel progress every second as your lasers tear through asteroids in shorter, more engaging bursts. So mining yield remains the same. What I think this means is that if I mine 1,000 units in a minute, I'm still gonna mine 1,000 units in a minute, but my cycles are just faster. So I don't think this means you're getting more ore. You're just getting it faster cycles. Okay, so the Hulk is going to be even faster paced. Yes, the Hulk is going to be like, done. Don't even get me started when it's Rorqual boosted, bro. Amazing. Sick. So, gonna be sick. So, and this is really the key sentence here. Total yields remains the same. This is kind of ambiguous. Does this mean that an asteroid with, let's call it like 1 unit of stuff, is still going to be 1 unit of stuff? Or does this mean, I can read this in 2 ways. I can either read this that you will mine 1,000 units in a minute still, or I read this as the asteroid is still full of what it's full of. You'll make faster ISK per hour though. I don't know. We'll have to see. Faster mining cycles could mean more ISK per hour if you're a miner. What I also think this could mean is that you get the same amount of ore in the asteroids. The cycles are just faster. So we'll see. What you said the first time, I think that's right. Yeah, I think so too, y'all. This is why we like talk about this live, for sure. So this is good because stuff like the Venture, instead of having like a minute-long cycle, it'll be like 30 seconds. This means you'll get ore into your hold faster and you can get off grid faster. Pretty cool. We'll see about it. So you don't actually get more ISK per hour. You just have a more dynamic feel to mining. I like this. Your cargo does feel faster. Correct, Dirk. Mining crits. This is brand new. This is very intriguing. Critical mining hits bring a thrill to every operation, offering a potential bonus yields on successful strikes from your mining lasers. All mining lasers have a chance for critical hits. Skills and module improve your odds. This means that you're going to have a new skill that's going to be under mining, that is going to be mining crit focused. Higher, and you're going to have modules are going to have higher crit chances. So what I expect this is going to do to the various things in New Eden is all these like wild miners, all these other like mining things. I think these are going to go up in price a ton, because there's going to be mining crits associated with these now. Because before, the only difference between all of these mining things was very, very simple. It was all about residue. It was all about what kind of negative effect do you not want. So these have some residue. The Tech 2s have some residue, right? Let me find them. The Mining 2 lasers have some residue, but let me find this here. Let me show you right here. Optimal range. Yeah. So the Tech, let me do this. You can keep us in editor. It's fine. The Tech 1s have no residue. Okay. The Tech 2s have a bunch of residue, and then the ore mining ones and all these other ones have 0 residue. So you're going to have another thing added that's going to be like crit chance. So these are about to go up in price. Now the ore miners, I'm in wormhole space, so this might not be accurate. These are going for 170 million. That sounds right. The wild miners, the miner 2s, you're going to see these go up in price. You're going to see these increase in price. So I would buy some now. Now I'm not Nostradamus, so I don't know the future, but I can expect that they will go up in price. This is really, really interesting. Because now you basically can't AFK in space with mining. This might actually change mining to be from when you're just starting out, when you're an alpha, you have a venture, you have your pioneer, you're mining, you're not getting a lot of crits. So you can expect a certain amount of ore every 10 minutes. When you have a Hulk that's getting Rorqual boosted with ore strip miners, you're critting like crazy. You're filling up immediately. You're absolutely churning through asteroids. This is going to make mining really interesting, and I don't know how it's going to change stuff, but my goodness, I think this is going to be, this might make mining active, what we've been asking for literally 20 years. Hotch mine is going to be dope. It really is KYBERNAUT. Yes, drunken KYBERNAUT, exactly. So how this is implemented, how you crit, my second need, CCP Games devs, I need some kind of audio cue when I crit. Like, you know how the miner is like, wham, 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 wham. It needs to be like, wham, 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 wham. You know, like, make it very clear that I have crit and I have destroyed things with my venture, whatever it is, so that I can see stuff coming. I need the dopamine. So bring the bong back. Yes.
Brother, may I have some ventures?
Yes, brother, you may, actually. So, gonna be sick. Mining in a dread, exactly. Mining UI improvements. Mining interface been reworked with clear real-time data and a cleaner presentation integrated in the space scene itself. New scanners will work faster, give you clear, color-coded readouts so you can quickly see which asteroids will be worth your while. Many more improvements have been made to the mining experience. I want you to see this video because this blew my mind. This is a survey scanner. Watch this. Survey scan. Did you see that? Survey scanner. Click. It scanned. Oh my God, doesn't that look incredible? And instead of this really bad looking UI that is like this menu, you can actually see survey scanner is now cinema. Absolutely. And then you click on the venture. Sorry, you click on the asteroid and it shows, look, it's kind of hard to see, but see how it has 300 ISK per M3. It shows you ISK per M3. Is that real? That's bananas. This is really good. Love the visual. This is great. It shows, look, that one is blue, so it's not as full. This one has more ISK per M3. Asteroid Veldspar. Very, very nice. This is big. Big deal. Big deal. More. I want you to see that this is not just a upgrade to mining, that this represents a change in thinking from CCP Games. That you're going to start, my prediction is you're going to start seeing more systems in EVE are not going to be like, inside of the UI. They're going to start having more stuff that like the fit window will probably stay the fitting window forever just because of how it is. But you're going to start seeing things that are not in a UI, but start being like augmented reality'd over the ship. I could see the fitting window being something that is displayed around the ship in the not so distant future. Instead of it being like a UI that you look at, I could see it being something that's like around the ship. That's what I'm saying, y'all. I think this is really, really cool. Really, really good change. More stuff coming in to EVE Online. Really, really cool. Oh, Deblog, I'm on it. We're going to have to read that a little bit later. Lost Soul, can you put that in my Discord so I don't forget about it? Tag me in my Discord, Lost Soul. We're going to have to see about it. So they specifically call it high-sec mining improved. High-sec mining has never looked better. New visual updates, return of anomaly sites, bring Omber and Kernite back to high-sec. Complete them for a rare chance at a high-sec mining escalation. Or use your scan probes to discover hidden combat sites with valuable ore. Ladies and gentlemen, high-sec is just up. It's not just null. Scarcity is dead, boys. Long live the gold rush. This is a large change. The visual updates are appreciated. I mean, look at this. This looks pretty awesome. You're telling me that you can scan down combat sites, and the combat sites might have valuable ores. What does this mean? Well, we have our Newbro venture fit that will be in the description for you, okay? And something we like to say is that if you're going to do this, you can have your salvager. We do high-sec Newbro miner. We have 2 of these. You can unequip a salvager and put a probe scanner on this, and you can scan stuff down. and then you can find some of those combat sites, and then you can run them with your buddies. This is changing again. The game is now fun again. Okay, you're high sec mining. You're not just a venture in high sec, and that's all you are. You can get, you can go, oh my God, hey, there's an anomaly to get Ombre and Kernite back in high sec. A big deal. You don't have to venture into low sec, dangerous areas of space to get these, but complete these anomalies to get a rare chance at a mining escalation, giving you a bunch of stuff. Or you can use a combat probe. You can use probes to scan stuff down. This makes it not just, I'm gonna venture mine. I'm gonna be in my venture while I try to find those anomalies. How do you find those anomalies? I'm so glad you asked, audience. You go to agency, you go to resource harvesting, and you go to ore anomalies. Okay, let me make sure I'm in a wormhole space, Jess. So I don't want to say, oh, I can't show you that because it'll show the wormhole I'm in right now, and that would be bad. So that's how to find those. If you're in high sec, that is one of the ways you can get that done and find those anomalies. Okay, so that's how to do it. More LARPing for your mining corp. Very big, very excellent stuff. And this is a massive W change for CCP games. More mining stuff coming in. It makes it fun, chat. I mean, this is really cool. I really like this a lot. So it would be nice if the barges can get a third slot, but I can tell you this means that prospects and endurances are going to be really used a lot in high sec mining. Think of barges like this. Barges are for, you found a site, you're going to strip it bare as quickly as possible. Expedition frigates and prospects are for exploration. I like the flavor of those being different. We're not done. Mining mutaplasmids. Mutate your mining modules and drones for potential bonuses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gamba. Just because you're an indie-focused person doesn't mean you can't put it all on black. You can now mutate, once this comes out, your mining modules, and yes, your mining drones. This is a big deal. New mining mutaplasmids introduce risk versus reward, letting you push your yields unpredictable extremes. Now, how do you get these mining mutaplasmids? I bet you get them from these new anomalies. Now, can you get these in the abyss like other mutas? Possible. Entirely possible. I bet you get these from the new escalations and the new combat sites that are in there. You can probably also get them from nullsec mining mining escalations as well. So you can probably get them from both. We'll have to see about it. It's probably going to be the abyss. We're going to see. We'll see how it comes. This is a big deal because now if you're a max tier miner, you're about to push that Hulk whose fit hasn't changed in 7 years. You're about to have it be updated. You're about to have your Hulk get even more things. Very cool. And you're going to be able to have a coveter that is, this is a big deal for us in Pochven. We don't fly exhumers because they're too expensive. We fly Tech 1s like procurers, retrievers, and coveters. So now you can get a coveter and push its stuff even more without necessarily going to the ore mining lasers. So very, very cool. All of this is a massive W. So all of the mining changes, new mining ships, high sec stuff, UI, UX improvements, mining crits. Mining has changed. I really think that this is going to be the new EVE Online for mining, that no longer is EVE Online going to be said it's boring. Right now, I think it's going to be fun, which is really the culmination of CCP Okami. You remember him last year at FanFest. You remember him on our Hot Ones episode where we interviewed Okami and Burger. Oh, we ate the spiciest wings known to man. We talked with them about stuff, and Okami is all about improving mining, making it more fun. And I really am seeing this as the culmination of his vision. This is why, y'all, we talk about this and why we like to interview the devs, because when you understand history, you can see where if you understand where we've come from, you can know where we're going. Isn't that right, champ? So W's on mining changes. Let's keep this going. 2D map. Not really a lot to talk about here. This is just really cool. The 2D map is coming. This is going to let you easy see how stuff is. Again, I can't show you my map right now because I'm in an OPSEC wormhole. So I don't want to accidentally reveal something, but this is a big deal because it's going to make EVE easier to read, easier to see. 2D map is a W. You can use both. You can use 3D or 2D. You can interchange them. Pretty cool. So we'll have a guide on these maybe when it comes out. This is one of those, like, for those of you that like it, excellent. many of you use .lan when you are playing EVE Online, which is an out-of-game third-party tool that is two-dimensional. Now you can use this too. And just looking at this, you can really kind of see like, oh, this is a pipeline in the spire. This, oh, I want to go down here because there's nothing down here, right? Look at Ethereum's reach. Look at these. I want to kind of live down here. Why is this one colored red today? Because it's got more kills, whatever. This is going to be really cool. It's going to be another way to use your map at EVE Online. It's just another W. Well done. Nothing really else to say there. We'll have to see how that works. So, new Epic Arc. Whether you're warping into EVE for the first time, just want to explore everything new expansion has to offer, new accessible and brief Epic Arc has got you covered. So this is a Newbro focused Epic Arc. Again, chat, I want you to see that they're really trying to make the game more accessible. This is, at the end, you will have a new Pioneer mining destroyer to launch your career. So if you do this Epic Arc, excuse me. I have a cold, chat, so thank you. This is pretty sick. So if you're a Newbro, you'll straight up get a mining destroyer, the new one, the Pioneer, just for doing it. Really cool. So the new arc will introduce a catalyst expansion to pilots of all experience level and help new Capsuleers set goals, discover some of the new wonders of New Eden. This is really cool. I like this a lot because it's showing, again, the mentality of what CCP Games is doing. They're iterating on the systems that are out there and making them better, mining. They're adding new ships, and yes, power creep is a hell of a drug. New ship in the Odysseus. They're making it easier for alphas to mine, and yes, having Tech 2 variants of this Command Destroyer, big stuff, and they now have a new quest in the game that straight up gives you the new ship and is geared towards newer players. Epic Arcs have never been geared towards new players, and now it is. Now there's one. Great. Really cool stuff. Chat, EVE Online is in the best places it's ever been. Truly. It keeps getting better. I love this game. It really does great. Plex logs. This is a small one, but is very important to me. Okay. Monitor your Plex flow with new personal Plex transaction log, bringing transparency by showing where it comes from and how it's spent. I got to tell you, this is huge for me because as a content creator, we do a lot of giveaways. We do a lot of things that are happening. And the fact that we can now have in your wallet, there'll be like a Plex log that shows where and who and when. And maybe soon, Timothos, maybe soon there will be an LP log. I could see that happening. So nothing really else to say there. Really good stuff. I can now know who the heck I'm sending my Plex to and where it's going to. Very, very cool. We've saved the best for last. Carriers are getting a visual upgrade. Look at my boy, the Thany. Looking real nice, chat. Look at the Nid is looking way better. In Rust, we trust. The Archon looking real sick. Even, I forget what this one's called. It's not a Wyvern, is it? Is this the Wyvern? Look at this awesome looking carrier. All the carriers getting a visual upgrade. This is a Thany, ladies and gentlemen. A Thany. Chimera, thank you. Neftar, Loru Earth Chair coming in. Another visual upgrade. Really, really cool. This is not nothing. Because when we talk about EVE Online, we want to see when we fly certain ships, it really is, if they look better, it feels better. So right now, for example, a Thanatos, they look okay, but you can see like they're pretty blocky. The polygons are really low on a lot of these ships. Okay, and I have high settings right now. And while the carriers look cool, they don't look great / incredible. Compare this Thanatos to this. Look at the difference. Look, it's got like this cool little U-shaped thing. It's got a lot more depth to it. Instead of just having like a rod right here and then like a carrier launch pad, it's got like a really designated carrier launch pad with like a glowy thing here. Everything looks better. Really, really cool. It's the Chimera. Okay, so this is the Chimera right here. I've never flown a Chimera, so entire midsection got upgraded. Yes, so really cool stuff from the carriers, but it's not just a visual update. They're getting a buff to utility. Every update we see, the carriers get further and further away from combat. And I don't know if I love that, okay? I don't know if I love that because another utility buff. Carriers keep getting basically moved away. Dreadnoughts are the de facto I will do damage capital ship. T1 capital ship. carriers keep becoming this like, oh, if you need them, they're good for utility kind of thing. A lot of people call carriers suitcases or briefcases because they have big cargoes that you can use to move stuff around. And why use them over a jump freighter? Because they can defend themselves. It very much is becoming a, like, you don't ever use a jump freighter unless you're like really indie focused. You only use a carrier to move stuff around, and they are great mobile bases. Correct. So another buff to utility. We don't know what that means. We're going to be covering it on the channel. Reduction in manufacturing cost is another W. My God. So they're kind of recognizing the fact that carriers are still not being used. They're reducing how much it takes to craft them still. Very, very good. They're going to be cheaper. This is good. This is another W change. Not drastic changes, incremental adjustments. We can monitor the effects, work with Capsuleers to refine their role in the ecosystem. I think it's pretty clear, chat, that they don't know what to do with carriers compared to dreads. That dreads are very much a, if you see a dread on grid, it's like, oh my God, it's going to kill me, right? Versus a carrier is like, okay, it's all right, sure. You know, it's there. Like, we'll see about it. We did our Cayman Yeet and that was fun, but that's a carrier dread hybrid, right? So I haven't taken my carrier on it for years, right? This update would only be better if they reintroduce walking stations. I mean, right, that's basically it, Amy. This is a small thing. We'll cover what this means because carriers are still capital ships and any changes to them will mess with the meta of New Eden because capital ships are still, we call it EVE 2.0, all right? Because it really is like another version of EVE once you start doing capital ships. So correct, you can conduit jump with carriers, big deal. This expansion arrives November 18th. And if you want more coverage on the best EVE online news and indeed space MMO news, that's this playlist right here. And sub right here for the best EVE guides. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks.